I got for football, and then y'all got it. I'll give y'all the floor for any comments y'all want to make or whatever thoughts y'all have. So, what is the worst division so far in the NFL this year?
I think the NFC East.
It's the NFC East, man. I'm not gonna lie. Ben said it. Yeah, it's the NFC East. NFC South is a close second place too, but
We haven't talked about the Eagles. Like, awful, and Jalen Hurts. I ain't gonna hold you. That brother. Right
Sirianni, brother. I seen you shave.
It's getting scary.
Oh yeah, when grown men
doing
start
that Alex
shaving their
Pereira.
hair,
He done.
just know something's going on. Maybe good or maybe bad. Something's happening.
Yeah,
He had changed his way. He on
There's
man
never been
time.
somebody that's buzzed their hair and it was in the right state.
Man, I'm telling you,
Nah.
bro. I've never
It's
seen
like,
this guy.
it was getting crunchy. He had to lock in, man.
That is crazy.
When you see grown men start going bald at the cut willingly, just know something's happening. Something's going on.
Man,
I
he's
don't
getting
know.
close because
And Howie and them
shade.
don't play that. They demand success. Like I'm talking about Andy Reid was they got for years. They let him go. Like,
and
kick rocks.
and
they
they always build such a good team. They can't keep getting all these losses. So that's why the coach is probably in hot water. He had to lock in, man.
And I'm not gonna hold you. Sirianni
didn't.
didn't. That game against the Browns was not impressive. Not to me. Not to me.
It didn't-
Y'all should have dog walked the Browns.
It didn't scare me at all. The Cowboys blew the Browns out.
Yeah, you playing a bottom 5 quarterback and you couldn't. I mean, granted, like one
They
of
was
the
in a
touchdowns was
dogfight.
like a punt return or block kick.
You know what's crazy though? It's still y'all division to lose. I swear to God.
No, I agree.
It's still y'all division. Like Commanders don't move me enough. Giants was never in it. And the Eagles, they so suspect.
I just thought the
It's
Eagles
still
off
y'all.
with just talent alone, like it's starting to like the farther we get from that season, Jalen Hurts had the MVP candidate season.
The
It started
Super
looking,
Bowl
that
run
was
season.
the outlier season. Like the Hurts we see now is starting to look like the median. Like he's back to the median.
Bro, I always
which is an okay quarterback.
I've
He's not
always
bad,
said, like, once I seen Nick Saban bench him in that title game, I said, bro, there's something, regardless of how good he gets, he has experience. Like, you are not the star quarterback. At the top, you were the star quarterback of that team. You are not the star quarterback of that team, and you get benched, no matter how bad you're playing. You get benched for a freshman. Like, that lets me know that, like, there's a level of your game that's capped. Even if you surpass that cap, you still capped.
in the NFL. The talent.
You know what I'm saying? You still capped. And kind of like you're saying, I'm seeing him kind of plateau and come back to earth, which is not a good thing for the Eagles because you kind of just paid him a lot and you expecting him to be a top 5 guy up there with the Mahomes,
And that
the
team is very good talent-wise.
Lamars, the Josh Allens. I wouldn't even say he's better than Dak, and he wasn't better than Dak last year.
Never
That's just
been.
me. So
been.
I mean,
If it's still our division lose, that's bad because we're terrible. Like we're
y'all just
bad.
can't win at home. I think y'all actually are a really talented team.
And we used to be the Kings that win it at home.
Nah, I don't think y'all are bad. I just don't think y'all. But
Bless you.
I just don't think you have an identity like right now. Like I think y'all.
Whose fault is that?
CD.
That's
No, it's Mike McCarthy.
CD.
It's Mike McCarthy.
CD.
Stop, man. We gotta stop.
Mike McCarthy
We
is
gotta
cool.
stop, man.
That's
We gotta
not-
stop giving that boy
bro,
passes.
It's not all on Mike though. Like I'm not saying Mike is devoid of criticism, but realistically, outside of CD, who was the other playmaker on the team?
I mean, they got Zeke.
Who's the other playmaker on the team? I mean, the
Good
tight
luck,
end's
guy.
good. Ferguson's solid. I think Ferguson's.
I like Ferguson.
But outside of that, and Ferguson's more so just like, you know what I'm saying? You don't get you 40 yards again. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Which
not
is
supposed
solid.
to be the number 2
Who's
option.
y'all
Yeah.
slot receiver?
CD.
Oh, my
CD.
God. He's y'all X, y'all Y.
He's
That's
everything.
what I'm saying. They're devoid of talent. So it's not, they don't have an identity. And that's not, they're not lack of identity because the coach stinks. They lack of identity because the GM didn't put the talent on the field. We seen what happened last year in the playoffs. And then instead of recouping whatever you lost, Pollard or whatever it is, whoever you lost,
Everybody.
you didn't bring anybody back to replace that talent. You just lost talent. You're not gonna come
Honestly,
back better.
honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. Everyone blames Jerry, but I've always said like there was no way the Cowboys were gonna be able to keep CD. They gotta pay Micah and Dak, and not have a year where them boys gotta be the ones that take them to the next level.
Yeah.
Cause it's not for me to say that talent would have changed the outcome. Like if y'all would have actually replaced the guys that left, it would have changed the outcome of the season. I don't really believe so. I think the culture in Dallas is just cooked, personally. I don't think no matter how much talent y'all put on that field, bro, the culture is fried. Y'all don't stand a chance when it comes time for crunch time. Just being honest. And it's one of those things where we gotta start addressing the culture. Like, if we know for a fact Jerry not going nowhere, who we gonna look to blame? We've already accepted that Dak is gonna take blame, so we know Dak is gonna be part of the blame. I'm blaming Mike too.
Dak shouldn't get blamed, in my opinion.
I
the
think
last
Dak
person.
should get blamed. Dak
He
is
the only good person on
Dak
offense.
is Dak isn't really playing great football, but he's also all y'all got at the same time. CD's even saying, bro, you gotta play better.
I think Dak, in some ways, I think a lot of times a lot of his picks come from him like forcing, like knowing that, like, but we have no other person on this team that can. We gotta score 40 points to win games.
That is
Because y'all defense ain't consistent enough to keep y'all in.
So I think that's where a lot of his like turnovers come from. Like, I mean, we seen it. The Brian Branch.
Did the Cowboys just have a good defense not that long ago?
Yeah, but we just had everybody.
They didn't really have a good defense. Really, like Michael Parsons just kind of shocking the league at the time.
But we didn't have no run defense.
Which I still don't.
Well, which we kind of built up our linebacker core for what?
But
y'all used a bunch of safeties. Yeah, y'all used a bunch of converted safeties to go play LB.
Kendricks just got injured. Overshawn was really solid. That's like
and then all your back is an old
safety.
Yeah, exactly. Like
he's a big
he's
safety.
A big safety.
He's a
And
huge safety.
Eric Kendricks is old. So like I'm not surprised at all. But that is the weakest division. What would y'all say is the strongest division though?
It had to be the NFC. What do you call it? NFC North. I think the worst team is 4-2 with the Bears. I think. And the Bears have an elite defense, so it's like it's not like their defense is not like they just riding off a bad. They played bad teams, but their defense is solid. Like, you know what I'm saying, regardless of who they play.
Who they playing? Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Pass rush is legit.
That's
Jalen
fair.
Johnson's still a top 3 corner in the league.
Shout out.
And then every week, Caleb has gotten better, a lot better.
All right, you guys have any final thoughts on the NFL season? Any Super Bowl predictions?
It's a little early.
It's
early.
still
It
too
is
early
early,
Super Bowl
but-
prediction.
I like the Ravens.
It's still go Cowboys.
Let me go Baltimore and
Lions.
No,
Unless the Bucks.
no.
Ooh.
Let's go Baltimore
I'm
and
gonna go Packers.
Vikings.
I'm a shock out with this. Let's go to Packers. Yeah, I was gonna say Seattle, but I was like, Gino don't got it.
I think
And their defense is inconsistent as hell. If their defense was a lot more consistent, I'd be way more on the Seahawks. But
we
they're-
just violated
Nick
Jordan. Jordan, the type of person that like, Paul, violent is crazy. But we like this man, like talking about his game. But he the type of like person that like for a 4-game stretch, he can get hot and just go crazy. I can see it.
Oh yeah, in the playoffs, but at the same time, like I just don't know, like if he know that he be like making some dumb throws, like that's the kill. Like he plays almost like he doesn't know like his limit, and that's like a bad thing.
It's good but bad.
It's good but bad because like it leads to a lot of heroic ball, but then it also leads to a lot of dumb turnovers that you can avoid. But like,
Which is Josh Allen.
I just know one thing about the Packers. They've experienced a lot of loss, losing to the 49ers a lot, kind of getting cooked by the Lions last year. I know they kind of on their revenge tour. I love their receiving core. They got so much juice in that receiving core.
I like their run game.
Their run game is sneaky. Josh Jacobs is a great pick, a great addition. Their defense has always been their calling card. No one
Xavier
talks about it
McKinney
enough.
got 5 picks in
Man,
5 games.
balling. I'm talking, and they still have Jair. You know, Jair's having a down year in my opinion. Still got Jair. Still got Kenny Clark. Still got Gray. Like they got boys. And I'm not gonna hold you. The Packers, kind of like you said, it really only takes about. I can see them getting hot around week 11, week 12, and then running the whole entire NFC gauntlet.
That's what they did last year.
Yeah, like the NFC just sweet. Like the NFC don't move me enough for me to say it's not anybody's pick. But I got the Ravens and who did I say? Ravens and Packers coming through.
What you think, Jeff? Super Bowl predictions?
I definitely got the Ravens for sure. And if not, I'll tell you, I think it's the Lions. Either the Lions or I want to see Baker go there. Just off of like seeing Baker throughout his career.
Playing like Brady right now.
I want to see him go there. He deserves it, man. Shout out to Baker.
You doing Brady numbers right now.
You agree with those
I'm
picks?
surprised nobody even saying the Chiefs gonna go back. Like we all just hate them.
But
Man, the receiver core is gone, dog.
No, not even that. It's 3
He
pieces.
throwing it to Juju and me. Like, I might as well line up out there.
Bro, you playing like 21 games or 20 games a year or whatever, however many games, like play regular
Just
season
22
play.
to a 23
Three
plus.
piece
You
are
playing that
hard
many
to
games a year,
achieve.
bro. That takes a toll on you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just don't see that happening again.
I just don't think it's on. Like the first couple years for that dynasty was on Pat. Now it's on Chris Jones, and we seeing it. I've been saying this for a long time. Chris Jones is really the one that actually runs that team. He's the X factor. He's the one you got to game plan. Because for Pat, it's just whatever. It's just good on good. You got to be the one. You actually have to scheme hard against Chris Jones. You got to make sure you chip him, make sure you double, make sure you triple sometimes. I seen him wreck
He was
games.
the quiet savior of the Super Bowl.
Facts. I seen him wreck games consistently.
When Debo was watching a touchdown, he forced Brock
The
Purdy
Brock
to
Purdy
overthrow it or
throw it,
underthrow
yeah.
it. I don't
Like,
know what it was. It was a touchdown.
I know that the Chiefs' formula is not all the way Pat Mahomes. It just can't be at this point. It's defense now. So
And it's clear though. Like,
and I feel like if they can hold you to 13.